Nick Howard. I'm from Mount Airy, Illinois. I learned when I was in college in '04. While I was there, I wanted to learn, and so I got to be around people that were willing to teach me, and that's kind of how I got into it. Pull shoes. Once we pull them, clean out any of the retained sole, and then to make a nipper run. After we've cleaned everything up, we'll make a nipper run. Take a rasp from the bottom side, and we'll level everything out. I'll put them on a stand and clean them up. It's easier to do it before you put the shoe on than it is after. So once I get all that done, I'll throw shoes in the forge and shape shoes and come and burn them on. And once we burn on, cool everything down and clean up your burnt sole and nail on. I'm getting more and more where I make more and more of them. If I have the time, I will make them. If I'm in a hurry, I tend to use keg shoes that are already made. But I also, if I'm home and I have time, I build shoes and put on here. So there's a lot of shoes that I've made hanging. So I'm able to go with a lot more handmades than what I used to be able to do. It's handy to be able to do that, to be able to make them if I need them. There's certain ones we want a wider web or we want a thicker stock, and so I'll make those usually because all my keg shoes are pretty much 5/16, and then if I want a 3/8, I'll jump them up and use it. And then traction concave shoes is what I make a lot of, and they're a lot more traction. A lot of people, especially if they're going to barrel race or something, they like to have them on the front. They give you a lot of traction. Trail riders use them also. That's a punch. It punches and your nail sets. You punch through to where your nail head will set. This is a Pritchell, and you actually pop through with it. I'll go back with a smaller version of this and clean them up from this side, and that's how you set your nails. Whenever you drive them at the angle you need. Springtime through fall is busy. I mean, that's when people are out riding. Come wintertime, you'll slow down. You'll go to trims more than you will shoes. A lot of people don't want to have shoes on in case it snows, which we have rim pads that we can put in to pop snow. A lot of people just don't ride through the winter, so it usually goes to trims. You still need to stay up on them because their feet will still get run away from you, but it mainly goes to trims in wintertime. Nothing about it hurts. It's similar to your fingernail. We're burning for a very short amount of time. All we're doing is leveling the foot to the shoe. We should be close either way as long as our trim's good and our shoe's flat. We should be close. And so when we put that on, all we're doing is making a perfect match. The horses don't feel anything. Like I said, it's such a short amount of time anyway. They just wouldn't. You'd have to hold it for a very long time for them to ever feel it. One of the benefits to hot shoeing is just like bar shoes. I've got a lot of bar shoes hanging in there, and they're therapeutic to an extent, but you can use them in so many different ways. I mean, any performance horses seems like they're hot shoed, and I've got a buddy of mine, the CJF in St. Louis, that does a lot of performance horses, and I got to where I was going over and riding along with him, and was able to pick it up, and just ran from there. Around here we ride in pretty rough country. Like you go down south and there's roots and everything else, so everything gets shoed pretty tight anyway, and so there's not a ton that you have to do as far as maintenance. As long as you stay on a schedule, try to keep your horse's feet together. It makes life easier for everybody, and the horse included.